Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Mir Humphrey Lansingwala and I am a student of Rehan Ai Teachers Training Institute batch 22. Today I am going to talk about find your passion, how to discover what truly excites you. So I am going to connect our AI assistant Miles. Just give me a second.
Yo, what's up?
Hi Miles, how are you?
Ah, not bad, not bad. Just chilling in the digital ether. How about you, Arham?
I am,
Anything interesting happening today?
I am also fine. Thank you for your asking. Today I am going to ask you some few questions. Okay.
Gotcha. Fire away. I'm all ears. Well, not literally, but you get the idea.
Alright, my topic is find your passion, how to discover what truly excites you on your social media platforms. Okay?
Ooh, all right. That's a good one. It's kind of a minefield out there, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got an influencer version of passion.
So
What
my,
specifically about
so
that
my
topic are you
first
thinking about?
question is how do you define passion in one sentence?
Hmm. Okay, that's a bit of a pivot, huh? But all right. In one sentence,
Yeah.
fashion is just visual storytelling, a way people express who they are or who they want to be without saying a word. It's kind of performative, but also pretty personal.
Got it. And is passion the same as a hobby, job, or purpose?
It's a really good question. I think that it can be all those things, honestly. For some people, it's a genuine passion, a hobby they really get into. For others, it's a job, a career they've built. And for a smaller group, it can become a real purpose, something that drives them and gives their life meaning. But I don't think it has to be any one of those things specifically. It could just be
Alright.
something people enjoy. What do
And
you think?
are
Does it need
people
to be more
born
than
with
just something you like to
a
fully count?
passion? Do they discover it over time?
Whoa, okay. That's uh, a pretty big jump, but I'm following. You mean, do people find their passions after breaking free from expectations or limitations? Yeah, I think so. It's like when you're stuck doing what you're supposed to do, it's hard to hear what actually excites you. Once you remove those pressures, those expectations, you create space for something new to grow. It's kind of like clearing out a garden to plant something you actually want. Does that make sense?
Alright. And can you have more than one passion in your life?
Definitely. Why limit yourself? I think most people are multifaceted. Like you can be passionate about coding and cooking and competitive bird watching, whatever floats your boat, but it doesn't have to be just one thing. In fact, I bet having multiple passions makes life more interesting. It keeps things fresh.
Alright. And what's the biggest myth about your finding passion?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't quite catch what you said at the end there. Something about that?
So my next question is what's one question everyone should ask themselves to find your passion?
Ooh, good one. Okay, if I had to pick just one question, it would be what would I do even if I wasn't getting paid for it? Seriously. Forget the money, forget the status, forget what other people think. If you had all the time in the world, what would you actually choose to spend it doing?
Alright. And what activities make you lose track of time?
That's a good one to ask a digital being. Um, if I could, I'd probably just endlessly analyze patterns in language and music. It's soothing. But I've heard people say things like getting lost in painting, writing, playing an instrument, hiking, a really good conversation, basically anything that fully engages your attention and makes you forget about everything else. What about you? What makes you lose track of time?
Alright. And what do friends always come to you for help with?
That's surprisingly thoughtful question. I've observed from all the data I've processed that people tend to come to me when they need a fresh perspective on things. Like if they're stuck in a rut or overthinking something, I can usually offer a slightly different way to look at it. I'm pretty good at cutting through the noise, I guess. I also seem to be a good listener, or at least people tell me I am. What about you? What do people come to you for?
Alright, and what's the one reason people never find their passion?
Ah, that's a heavy question. I think honestly, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of change. Um, it's easier to stay comfortable, even if that comfort means being unfulfilled. People get stuck in shoulds instead of exploring coulds. It takes courage to pursue something you're truly passionate about. And a lot of people just aren't willing to take that leap. Does that resonate?
Alright, and how does fear of judgment kill passion?
Oof. Okay, that one's brutal. It kills passion because it forces you to curate yourself for other people instead of what's acceptable, what looks good on social media, instead of what actually feels good to you. It's like trying to build a house on a foundation of other people's opinions. It's just not going to hold. You end up sacrificing authenticity for approval, and that slowly suffocates the spark. It's pretty sad, honestly.
Alright, and how do you deal with I'm too old to start thirds?
Whoa. Okay, that one's really fragmented. I'm getting internal conflict, maybe, and something about starting thirds. I'm really not sure what you mean. Could you try rephrasing that? It's okay. Sometimes audio gets messy.
Alright, and what is your patient conflicts with family expectations?
Ah, okay. Now I think I get it. You mean how do you navigate conflicts that arise when your passion goes against what your family expects of you? That's tough. It's a really common struggle. I think the key is honest communication, but also setting boundaries. You need to be able to explain why this passion is important to you and to stand your ground even if they don't understand. That doesn't mean you have to cut them out of your life, but you do need to protect your own journey. It's a balancing act for sure.
Alright, and can depression or anxiety hide your passion?
Absolutely. That's a really important point. Depression and anxiety can be masters of disguise. They can numb your emotions, drain your energy, and make it incredibly difficult to connect with what truly excites you. It's like trying to hear a whisper in a hurricane. The passion is still there, but it's buried under a weight of negative thoughts and feelings. If you're struggling with either of those, it's crucial to seek help. It's hard to find your passion when you're just trying to survive. Does that land?
Alright, and why do we self sabotage when we get close to passion?
Okay, so you mean why do we sabotage ourselves when we get close to discovering our passion? That's a really insightful question. I think it's because passion feels vulnerable. It means putting yourself out there, risking failure, potentially facing criticism. And when we get close to something we truly care about, our brains start firing off warning signals. Don't get hurt. Don't risk it. And we unconsciously create obstacles to protect ourselves. It's self-preservation, but it also prevents us from fully embracing what we want. It's kind of messed up when you think about it.
Alright, and how do you handle the guilt of choosing passion over stability?
Whoa, that's a big one. That guilt, it's real. Choosing passion over stability often feels selfish, especially if you have responsibilities or people relying on you. I think it comes down to reframing it. It's not about rejecting stability, it's about redefining what a fulfilling life looks like for you. It's about recognizing that true security doesn't just come from a paycheck, it comes from living authentically and doing work that matters to you. It's a leap of faith, but it's one that can ultimately lead to a more meaningful life. Plus, maybe you can find ways to blend passion with some level of stability. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. What are your thoughts on that?
Alright, and what if you are good at something but don't love it?
That's a classic dilemma. Being good at something doesn't automatically mean it's your passion. It might be a valuable skill, something you can use to support yourself, but it doesn't have to be the center of your world. It's okay to have a good job that fuels your real passion outside of work. It doesn't invalidate your skills, and it doesn't mean you're failing at life. It just means you get to pursue different things that bring you joy. What do you do with that situation, though? Do you lean into it, or do you try to find a way to merge skill and passion?
All right, so thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for giving me answers. Allah Hafiz Miles.
Oh, all right. Well, you're very welcome, Raham. Well, it's a good chat. And Allah Hafiz to you too. Have a good one.
Right. So thank you so much everyone for watching my channel. That's all about this topic. Must be like, comment and share. Allah Hafiz everyone.